CC with WIB Magazine, and I got my co-host on the line. Hey, Mickey Monday, how are you?
I'm doing good. See, how are you?
I'm good. Happy Tuesday.
Yeah, happy Tuesday to you too.
Thank you. Well, we have a special guest on the line. I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hi, everybody. My name is Sade Sealey, coming from Trinidad and Tobago, well, presently Antigua, but I'm originally from Trinidad and Tobago.
Awesome. Well, let's get into it. What made you get to singing?
That is an interesting question. Well, I've always loved music. Because of our culture, I've loved the versatility of music, and because of who I've been around as well, I've had the privilege of knowing not just like mainstream or present day music. My mom always listens to, well, her oldies and whatnot, and well, that then my grandfather, my grandparents as well. So I guess it was just the environment. Afterwards, heading into school, I realized, I like to sing. My primary school teacher, well, I think there you might say junior high teacher, they would really encourage me. They would push me a lot to try do a lot of stuff, enter into calypso competitions and whatever functions we may have at school. I was always chosen for them. And then in high school, I guess my music teacher, Miss Vanessa Ryan, she was one who really pushed me into doing it and making sure I studied it, perfecting my craft and everything. And I am just grateful for that entire lane, because I think that God's way is so intricate. Like, you could actually see the hand of God over my life and where he placed me. I think if it wasn't for anybody that I've mentioned so far, as well as a lot of other people, I probably would not have been in this field singing today.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm so excited to talk about this new project you have. So I'm ready to hear about your single, Yours, and the motivation behind it.
Oh, well, this song was actually written over 2 years ago, believe it or not. It was just there, like, I don't think it was the right time or the right season to release it as yet. I just remember, well, my husband, when we used to live in Trinidad, we would paint in the room and I'd just sneak out, go in the bathroom, record part, come back inside, sneak out again. And I wanted something that wasn't too wordy, but also the lyrics had to be impactful. So that's why it just kept repeating, all I am is yours. Take all I am, take all of me, increase in me and, let me decrease it in myself. Let the flesh of itself decrease. So the inspiration behind it was just pretty vulnerable at that time. I didn't know what else to do. Like, we had a lot of music lined up there and it just didn't seem right to release anything that I had written at that time. So, just asking God to download something fresh into me, and that's exactly what he did. And I think that because of where we are today, where the entire world is facing this pandemic, a lot of people, they become hopeless and we don't know exactly what to do, what avenue to take. Like, we just here wondering, okay, God, will this ever end? Will this ever end? And, I think God is just telling us, I have this. You just need to put everything, just surrender all to me, and I will take care of all of this. You'll just see me turning it around for good.
Okay. Well, congratulations.
Thanks a lot.
Yes, absolutely. So just coming from a Caribbean background and, being overseas, how difficult do you find it to break your sound, into other areas of the world? Like, for example, I mean, here, calypso and reggae have, like, a nice niche here, but I know you kind of have more of like a gospel vibe, if you will. Like, it's more, I would say it's not as secular as it's not like most secular music. So how difficult would you see yourself coming, being able to maybe break into the mainstream in America, or like even the UK, because the UK has a big Caribbean population, and Canada as well. So
It is definitely very difficult. I'm still trying. Um, I think that because I mean, the America and the UK has or have many incredible like people, artists,
Hmm.
ministers. They have it already. So I think having somebody more like replicate that song, knowing that okay, well, we have that already. You have to try. We have to try to not really well find a way to balance it or intertwine it in a sense to show that okay, yeah, we have some of you, but we also trying to bring our vibe, present our vibe as well. And there are people who have been doing it. I think Sherwin Gardner is a perfect example of one who's taken the Caribbean sound and traveled all over the world. He knows, you know, a lot of people know about him. He's been to Africa, he's been to the UK, he's been to the US. So it is very difficult because it's like me just coming into like one drop into already full sea. It
Mm.
is going to be very, very difficult for me. But I think that no matter how saturated the industry would be, there will, if God said I have a place, then I have a place, no matter how saturated it is. If it's for me, it is for me. And I am still trying my best to break that barrier and not necessarily conform or, you know, because in the Caribbean, a lot of us, we have to have the Caribbean sound in order to be in the Caribbean market.
Yeah,
And that's not really me. So, um, it would take a lot. It is taking a lot, but it's all it's all good. I think
yeah,
I want to do it. As much as I want to do it, I do believe that God has a place for me there. So it will take some time, but I'm still doing it.
Okay.
for sure, for sure. And yeah, even in your single yours, I mean, it doesn't. It sounds more like it sounds more like something you would hear in the States anyway. So
Mhm.
that's good that you have a diverse sound when it comes to you and your artistry.
Mhm.
Um, excuse me. So I noticed like you have a couple of songs up, and you do a lot of features, which is amazing. But can we expect to see a solid full project from you, maybe at the
Yep.
end of the year, maybe next year?
Not the end of the year. Next
Okay.
year for sure, though. Next year for sure. We have a lot of planning to do
Hmm.
to make sure that we don't drop it in a season when it's actually not ready or not right for us. The
Hmm.
pandemic has actually taken a toll on a lot of Caribbean artists. So I think now it's just us trying to find out how to still be relevant and be present in the midst of it all. We can't do that if we have no presence, then nobody's gonna hear the song. So it's gonna take a lot, but yeah, I'm very expectant of next year. I'm very hopeful of next year. It has a lot to offer for me.
Okay. Well, we're looking forward to it definitely,
Definitely.
because your single, like I said, your single, yours, and I was listening to it last night, and it was very very moving. So I'm looking forward to see what else you can put out. Just as you as an artist, to see what you're capable of and the range you have.
Mhm.
Excuse me. So, who are some of your musical inspirations?
Oh, musical inspirations. I have a very diverse list.
Mm,
Starting from Rash Shorty, who has been a pioneer in gospel and jamu music, which he's actually created in Trinidad. Um, David Rudder, someone who I actually sang alongside for a while, quite a while, Vonnet Bigford. Um, and then people who I've done background vocals for over the years, Positive, Nathaniel, Mention. These people are great. Sherwin Gardner. These people are excellent. And then outside of that, hmm, Kirk Franklin is definitely a major one. He's always managed to stay
mm-hmm.
relevant, to stay present to every situation that's happening now. And I think his music is just timeless. I also love Marvin Sapp and a few people on the secular side as well. I really like Beyonce. Like, I really like her. I think she has a very good work ethic, and I think it's something that a lot of us could look at and say, yeah, that's something you would want to take from her. So it's just about taking somebody good out of it all.
Okay. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, that's even though you say you had an extensive list, I mean, just the people that you named are very, very well respected artists, but I know we could be here all day and I could just have you list off everybody,
Yeah.
but but those are some good musical inspirations.
So I was gonna ask you on your new project, who are some people that will be on your new project for 2021?
Oh, well, Mikael is absolutely one of them. I would
Okay.
love to do a feature with Mikael. Looking forward to having Nathaniel also be a part, and my husband, who is a producer, he dabbling in some stuff. Believe it or not, he actually sang some of the background vocals in yours. He cried when we did it because he was like, "This is too hard. This is too hard. I don't know how to do this." But
Oh,
yeah, he's a trooper. I actually really want to do a feature with him in the future as well.
okay. All right. So, as far as the music industry, what has been some of your challenges?
Huh. Getting it out there, getting listeners to adapt it as quickly as I want them to adapt it. So it takes a lot of marketing. Marketing is not my specialty, but I'm actually learning a lot from it. Trying to make sure that the people that I staying connected to, the people that are around me, they could help and they are competent in that field enough so that things get pushed out the way that I want it to. So that's been one of the challenges right now.
Okay. All right. Yeah, marketing can be really, really hard. I think that's hard for everybody everywhere, not
Yeah,
just out of the United States.
it is. It definitely is.
Okay.
So earlier I heard you kept saying we. So I'm just kind of curious to see if you have a team behind you, and if you do, like how involved are they with helping you develop your sound, and also with you kind of getting your music out there for people to listen to.
hmm Um, my husband is definitely one of the people who is helping, like, forthright with the sound. He's a producer. He's done the production for basically all my songs so far.
Okay.
So he's definitely helping with the sound. And as well, Mikael, who's my manager, he is also one of the people I would message for honesty. And it's always good to have an honest person right there, because a lot of people, they could, front to you, lie to you, and say, yeah, this is good. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They would never tell you. I don't know if it's a fear. Probably sometimes it might be a fear, of just offending or making you feel like you're lesser than, when really sometimes all you really need is the truth. So he's also one of the very honest people on my side, um, when it comes to what I have to do. So that right now is just the small team. My husband, Mikael.
Okay.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, definitely.
And another thing I wanted to kind of highlight is that you're a part of a band, correct? Are you still with that band, the signature
I,
band?
oh no,
Okay.
no,
Okay.
not
Just
for a bit.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm not. I'm not with. I haven't been with them for a bit.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Okay. Because
About
well,
3 years or so. Yeah.
okay. Well, yeah. I mean, well, how was that experience being a part of a band, being a vocalist for a band, like overall?
Well, there were its ups and downs, but I think the good always outweighs the bad. With them, the band is, a bunch of friends, a bunch of crazy people who I
Mm,
I have grown to really love and respect over the time, and then you eventually learn to uh, just have a particular chemistry with people. It's nice to have chemistry with people. It is also um, they're good. They're a good bunch. A lot of learning experience, a lot of traveling as well. Um, and just growing together. It's nice to have people that you could actually grow with, that could help you grow and you could help them grow. So, yeah.
Okay. Awesome.
So what has been some of your other hobbies that you've been doing since we've been, with the COVID going on and being in the house?
Photography. I want to take up
Oh,
photography and editing. I absolutely love photography. I'm working with someone right now, alongside someone who's teaching me a lot about the editing and the photography aspect. So that that's good.
okay.
And then I have a 1 year old, so she's
Yes,
just
and
always
congratulations.
that's a
Yes,
pleasure.
yes.
She's
Yes.
always in my space. It takes a
But
lot.
once you learn it, you're gonna have to show me some of them editing moves and stuff. I bought a camera and haven't put it to use yet, and I've done had it for about 2 years.
Oh, definitely. I think it's just a lot of trial and error and research, but it's only so much you could do. Like I learn a lot physically, so somebody has to be there to show me what to do so I could understand it instead of just reading or being in front of a screen. So it's nice to have the active aspect of it and knowing, okay, well, this is what this does, and you see what this does and how to troubleshoot if it is something goes wrong. So that's also the plus.
What has been one of your biggest accomplishments so far,
So far, I
as
think
far as
every,
in your music industry?
I think every time I release something, that is an accomplishment. The fact that I haven't given up as yet, because it is hard, it does get difficult, it does get
Mhm.
discouraging. So the fact that I'm still doing it, I think that in itself is an accomplishment.
Okay. So why did you choose yours to be your single out of all your other music?
Hmm. Like I said, it's been a while. And we've been working on it, we've been fixing it, but it's always been that one song that you just go back to. Even though you
Okay.
listen to the others, it's just always been that one where I think I have a little connection with this one in particular. I think this one is the one that actually needs to be released. So I that's why we decided, we had to get it done, we had to make sure we fix it up so that it's just out there.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome.
Do you have any projects with your trying to think of a good way to put this. Because I know you're working with a singer named Sherman, right? Is that someone that you've worked with in the past, or is that your husband?
Oh no, Lester is my husband.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just getting things confused. I got a lot of like notes here, and I just try to make sure I got everything right. Yeah, so I understand you were working with someone. As
Show in
far
God.
okay,
Mhm.
so can you tell us more about how that's been and what we can expect in the
Sherwin,
future?
yeah, Sherwin has been one of the people I've been working with since probably 2010, 2011. I've been working with him for a very, very long time. I've also
Mm,
been traveling with him. Um, that experience has been very enlightening, and I think he's one of the people who has remained very unselfish in helping me as well in the industry, trying to push and sending email blasts and just the little things, just keeping the encouragement going as well. And also he's one of the very honest people that I have in my circle. He would say, you know what, I think you shouldn't do this instead.
mm,
But he's good at critiquing, and he's good at giving the needed critique instead of the unnecessary ones. And
okay.
that's been really good working with him. If it wasn't for him, I would not have met my husband, I can tell you that. Because he was also the MD for the band. So I thank him there.
Um,
Wow. Yeah. Well.
right. Look how that
The
connection
way,
went.
right. I was gonna say when you said earlier how God just be placing you in a certain situation. Hey, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So being a woman, songwriter, singer, you're also kind of in that gospel realm, have you found it more easier, or have you found it more receptive that you're getting more praise and critiques and assistance from women or men more? Like, what's the dynamic as far as navigating through this space? Because I know, with gospel being such a very like religious heavy genre, and you have people who don't always have the purest intentions. How as a woman, how do you navigate through that space?
Um, because of the experience I've had with working with a lot of bands over the years, I've been in bands for probably over 10 years now. Um, and because of that experience, I think it's harder for women to navigate through that than men. I think that critique, clothes, hair, makeup, shoes, every single thing. Like we have to make sure we are always presented in a way that people would accept us. And if it is we say something a little left in their eyes or do something or appear a particular way a little left, it's always a backlash. It's very easy to have a backlash on women as in comparison to men. But me navigating through that, I think because of the experience, I've learned to shut out who I have to or who I need to in order to stay sane and to smaller my circle, smaller, and I hope smaller is a word, but shrink my circle in such a way that I have the people that are necessary and I know who could let me know honestly, okay, well, no, you were on mess this time, so you need to fix it up. Or don't take that too seriously. That's just their perspective. You really have to filter everything in order to continue to stay sane as a woman in this gospel industry. And I think we see it not only with, I haven't seen it just for myself, but I've seen it with people all over the world. Like the littlest things that happen to women, like men get an easier pass, and that's just how it is. So it's just about filtering, knowing who to filter, what to filter in order to stay sane, because you really need to keep a sound mind in order to continue as, which is why I said before, like when I met, one of my greatest accomplishments is the fact that I haven't given up yet, because there were many instances where I could say, yeah, I think I'm done with this is not for me, just because of what someone said. And if I continue to roll off like that, then trust me, we would have a handful of people remaining if they haven't gone through that type of critique and learn how to, not know how to filter all of that out.
Wow, absolutely.
So,
And,
go ahead.
oh no, I was just to kind of piggyback off of that. So just given the experience and what you know now, what would you do to kind of change that narrative? And it doesn't have to necessarily just be with gospel music. I mean, if you back out and look at the industry, the music industry or entertainment industry as a whole, what's some of the things that you would do to kind of prevent things like that from happening in the future or with other artists?
I think just not take a lot of the comments seriously. Like I said, know how to filter it and continue to have the people around you that aren't going to always bring you down, because sometimes it's the littlest thing, it's the slightest thing that somebody might say and you realize they always have like a little jab to it. So you had to learn, okay, then I need to cut you out. Like you need to grow. This is not welcomed in my space. Just always surround yourself with that type of positive energy. And even recently, if we look at it, there was something with Billie Eilish where she spoke about the clothes that she wears and why she always wears the big type of clothing, because she just doesn't want to be represented as a sex symbol in the industry, the music industry. And this is what a lot of, if it is a look at the female artists, like 90% of them, this is what their image is. And the one day she came out with, I think it was like a normal cinch strap top and a kind of loose pants, everybody was like, oh my God, she looks like a pig. She looks like this. She looks like that. And it's like, she looks human.
Right.
So it's just you really have to just learn how to filter it and just keep a positive space, a positive energy around you. If you don't, you will go insane. Like, it's no two ways about it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, definitely. I was gonna say, for 2021, are you doing any virtual concerts or anything, any concerts in Trinidad?
Well, presently I'm not in Trinidad because of COVID. Our borders are closed, so I can't even get home. My husband and I, we are in Antigua, where he's from, for the time being. I would love to do something virtually. I think I still have a little fear about going live, and that whole scene. So it would be a great step for me to take, that leap of faith and do something like that. I really want to. It's a lot of planning for it though. But I want to. I really do.
Okay. Okay. So can you give us some inspirational words for people that wants to be an artist?
Inspirational words for somebody that wants to be an artist.
Yes.
Try your best to keep a sound mind in everything that you do. Also understand that not everything that you do, and try to accept it as early as possible. Understand that not everything that you do will be accepted by your audience, or by not necessarily your audience, but the people that are looking. Um, because you will never fit every single niche. But once you know that God told you to do X, you do X. Some people would want to refute why you did it, but if God said you sent you to do it and you want to do it, then by all means be obedient and follow in that step. You never know the barriers that you could break when you actually take that one step. You never know what barriers are going to be still up just because, oh, somebody critique it. Don't let everybody get in your head. Don't let everybody get in your space. Just keep that nice tight circle of people that you could trust, people that you can respect, people that are like-minded and God-fearing as well. And things will go the way that they are supposed to go once you remain obedient.
Okay. All right, and there you have
Perfect.
it. Thanks for those motivational words. I needed that. Definitely. But Mickey Monday, you have any other questions before we go into trivia?
No, I didn't. I mean, the last question I asked, so the two-part question, that was supposed to be my hard question, and you went right through it. So,
Okay. So we have two trivia questions for you. Mine is, what ridiculous thing has someone tricked you into doing or believing?
Probably Santa Claus. I think that was probably the most ridiculous thing. I could like literally remember one Christmas, and it probably was my last Christmas. I stayed up all night by the window, looking outside, waiting for Santa Claus in Trinidad, even though we'd had no chimneys in Trinidad because we have no snow. It is the Caribbean. So I was there looking up, seeing stuff outside and wondering, okay, could that be him? Could that be him? And he never came. So I think that was probably the most ridiculous thing I believed in my life.
Okay. Okay. I got you.
wow. I can't believe that. Oh my goodness. Um, so my question is, uh, what game show would you be really good at?
Hmm.
Game show. Well, they recently reintroduced it, probably Supermarket Sweep,
Okay.
because I just like food. So I think I'll be really good at figuring out those answers pretty quickly and running through the aisles to get whatever product I need to get.
Yeah, I mean, it's like real life. You just go into the supermarket, you just grab whatever you can.
Yeah.
You got to run past people. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Exactly. Well, what's your favorite food? You say you love food.
Curry. Anything curry. So like home, we like roti. I love shrimp roti. I like doubles. I love curry.
Okay. Okay, cool. Well, before we get off, can you tell everybody where they can follow you at?
Okay, on Instagram, the Sade Sealey. For those of you who get trouble to spell Sade, Sade Sealey, Sealey. Facebook, you can find my page, Sade Sealey, as well as Twitter, the Sade Sealey.
Okay, awesome. Well, I want to say congrats on your journey. Congrats on your new project.
Thank you
and
so
your
much.
single.
Yes.
And thanks for interviewing with us today.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for having me. It was really nice.
Anytime.
Yes. You're welcome. Thank you so much for being a part of this experience. Sade, we really appreciate you, coming through, and your vibe is awesome. I love your energy. And once you get the album out, just let us know. And then we'll go from there. We'll come right back here.
I will. Thanks so much.
No problem. Have a blessed Tuesday. Be
Thank
safe.
You too.
Yeah, have
Bye.
a good one.
And get that virtual concert going so we can tune in.
I will try my best for, let me say, February, March, around there. I'll try my best.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
One, two, three.